Picture this. New Year's Eve, 2017, San Diego, California. Nick and I traveled to California because it was his birthday. His birthday is December 26th, and then my dad's birthday is December the 30th. And that was going to be our first New Year's Eve together. It was supposed to be magical. You can tell what's coming. Yet that evening we had a craving for wings, especially for Buffalo Wild Wings. Now, I need you to understand something about me. When Bryan walks into a wing restaurant, Bryan doesn't order medium sauce. Bryan goes straight to the top of the menu. Blazin Knockout. 9 of the hottest peppers on the planet. Carolina Reaper, Ghost Pepper, Scorpion. I looked at that menu like it was a personal challenge. Like those wings looked at me, friends, and said, "You won't." And I said, "I will." I did. Every single one of those wings. And then they ate me. Our first New Year's Eve together, spent with Reverend Bryan in a fetal position for 2 days. I'll spare you the details of what those peppers did on the way in and on the way out. But I'll tell you this. Somewhere between the third trip to the bathroom and the cold tile floor, I had a revelation. This, friends, wasn't strength. It wasn't power. This was Bryan's ego trying to prove something to a plate of chicken wings. And here's the thing. We, in our lives out there, do this all the time, don't we? We say yes when our soul is screaming no. We stay in situations that are burning us from the inside out because walking away feels like what? Weakness. We confuse force with power. We confuse endurance with love. But what if you started to consider, what if the toughest thing you ever did wasn't pushing through? It was finally listening to the voice within you, yes, within you, that said, enough. Self-love, friends, is not loud tough. It's soul tough. Self-love is not loud tough. It's soul tough. That's what love's first breath really means. That's the title of today's talk, the beginning of February, this very cold, chilly South Florida day. And we just heard that amazing, beautiful song that our music team performed, and the lyrics are so special. There is no disappointment in your eyes. There is no shame. There is only pride. It's not just lyrics, friends. That's grace speaking as words through these beautiful musicians. Lowell Fillmore, our co-founders, our Unity co-founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore's son, said, God's grace is God's love. What? Unity principle number 5 in action. Unlimited, unconditional, and perpetually operative. Can't earn it. Love's first breath was never yours to prove. It's always God's to give. You don't have to eat the hottest wings to prove you're worthy of it. Trust me, I know. But Fillmore also said that certain states of consciousness can become what? Blocks to that grace. We don't lack grace, friends. We block it with what? Our drama ego, with our need to prove, with who we surround ourselves with what we focus on, with what we watch, with what we listen to. And I've been loving this amazing new book, and some of you have it, and it's Leading Edge by an organizational development guy, and he knows spirit and consciousness, and he says this is how you change the world today, is by being present to that higher presence, God, source energy, infinite light, whatever resonates with you, in everything you do, in businesses and organizations and relationships. And so I was meditating on this morning, and this powerful question came up right before Cynthia came in the door. Actually, it's a statement, but I was asking myself this question. And he says, Am I locked into a worldview and patterns of behavior that are not life-affirming? Ooh. How many moments, no right or wrong, don't beat yourself up, self-awareness, how many moments of my day am I locked into a worldview and patterns of behavior that are not life-affirming? Love yourself a little bit more, take a deep breath in. Because Jennifer reminded us through the daily word today, God-centered, I can focus on one thing at a time, one day at a time, one breath at a time, breathing in a new layer and a new level of love this February 2026. My New Year starts on February 17th. Cynthia told me that's the Chinese New Year. So we always have moments to begin again in the moments of our day, friends. And sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is stop, breathe, and ask one question. Is this coming from love or is my ego running me? Because whether you're aware of it or not, in the moment of being angry or frustrated or defending whatever else is going on out there, you have a higher self. And that higher self, unity principle number 2, I am what at my core? Divine. Am I acting divine within my days, with my thoughts to myself, towards others? A God self, the higher self. A moral compass. Ooh, I have a moral compass? Yes. Can I breathe into that and ask it? Yes, I can. Will I choose that a little bit more, friends? And that higher moral compass doesn't live on cable news or social media. It lives right here within each and every single one of us. And sometimes that higher moral compass of love says no. And that's power. Saying no from a place of love, that's not weakness, friends. That's the bravest breath you'll ever take. Sticking up for yourself, for your truth, for your power, for your love, for what you want, for what you stand for, and saying no to nonsense, to hatred, to anger, to anything less than that. Self-love, friends, is not loud tough. It's soul tough. Breathe that into your heart. Breathe that into your soul. Take a deep breath. And as we can start to be a little gentler on ourselves, and we can start to love ourselves a little bit more, and then the state of being within us becomes a little bit lighter. Light of your grace wells up from within. That's a new layer of love. And then we can start practicing moving from criticism to appreciation. That spiritual and emotional maturity competency. Yes, does it take work in the moments of my day to say thank you? And sometimes that spiritual and emotional maturity is saying, thank you for showing me you're being an a-hole. And not reacting to it. And taking a deep breath in and saying, will I engage this again? Not now. Maybe it'll change in the future, and turn and walk away. This, friends, is the bridge from criticism to love. This is the bridge from the immature ego to the spiritually and emotionally mature human being. Not pretending things aren't happening, taking a deep breath in and breathing into your love and to your power. The immature ego fixates on what's wrong. It criticizes self and others, but the soul tough adult consciously generates appreciation. What we appreciate appreciates. Criticism breeds, and I know this in my life, and I know you know this too. Criticism breeds resentment, and then you start to get bitter, and you have a hardened heart. Take a deep breath in and just release any of that criticism and resentment. And we have to do it daily. Appreciation breeds love. Thank you for my eyes. Thank you for my breath. Thank you for partnership. Thank you for me being able to say, I love you. You're amazing. Thank you. And it starts with stop criticizing the person in the mirror. So here is your metaphorical spiritual backpack that you get to take out into the world. It's great to come here, and I love being here with all of you, but the difference is when we go out there and take what we learn and be the presence of love. So we at Unity have what? 12 spiritual powers, which are the metaphysical interpretation of the 12 disciples that our co-founder interpreted, and he taught that we have these energy centers within us. And so 3 of them, this is a tribute to Shay. She's probably in her bed all warm watching us online, if you are, because she loves the 12 powers, are going to be tools for you this week that if this sounds weird or new, just be willing to try some of it on. The power of what? Love, now that we're in February, right? We are located in your heart, and it's the power that attracts, unifies, and heals. And we can decree together as a tool, I am a center of love. Love breathes through me and connects me to all that is. Take a deep breath in. I am a center of love. Love breathes through me and connects me to all that is. Your soul tough tool this week is when pulled into an extreme reaction, place your hand on your heart and take one conscious breath to change your state of being, your energy, since you're a walking vibrational being, and ask, what would love do right now? Well, love wouldn't do that because those thoughts and that energy would make me sick. So let me take a deep breath in and say, what would love do right now? If thoughts are things, and I believe in these teachings and these tools, and I believe in our Master Way Shower, what would love do right now? I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be bitter. I don't want to be angry. What would love do right now? Second tool, the power of understanding. The capacity to see beyond appearances to truth. You see, there's a whole other level of stuff going on here, a spiritual level, a vibrational level, an energetic level. And how much of our day are we focusing on that first compared to this is past. We're in the past now. It's already done. How much of our moments of our day are we in the past instead of breathing into my understanding of truth? Ooh. Let me breathe that into my heart space. I can look beyond appearances and breathe into my heart and say, show me truth, God, my soul. Show me a deeper way to see this in my life. Your soul tough tool with understanding. Before reacting this week, pause and say, there is more here than I can see on the surface. Let understanding guide my next step. Because, see, we all look at this, and within our minds, we all have different thoughts about what we see. And there's 8 billion of us on the planet with trillions of cells, so there's no way that any one of us could ever be the same. Similar, not the same. So your interpretation is powerful. Your understanding is powerful. 3, the power of will. Ooh, I have an ability to choose. And what? Lead. Yeah. People are watching me. I was taught once, pretend that you have a movie crew watching you, following you around. Who am I being? What am I doing? My ability to choose and lead, not from that drama ego, but from spiritual understanding. You breathe in and you say, I'm strong enough to get through this. That's why I'm alive now. Do you believe that? I do. I choose my good based on spiritual understanding. Show me, God. Show me. Show me the way. My soul tough tool is when tempted to push or prove, ask, am I choosing this or is my ego running me? And you know how you can tell? Tune within and breathe into your heart. They're completely different feelings. One is exhausting and one is life-giving. So, homework, week work, out there work, in the life work, with each other work. Practice, friends. Be willing to breathe into your heart. Release all that, whatever's coming up. Just know that in each and every moment, you have the opportunity to choose you again, to love yourself so much to say, now is a precious moment in my life because I'm alive right here and right now. Before I react to a headline, a difficult person, my own, inner critic, take one breath and ask, is this love or is my ego running me? One breath. One question, one moment of presence, present to my emotions, present to my thoughts, present to each other, present to my perspective, present to the activity of the energy that creates worlds, or the smallness of myself. Okay, I'm being small now. That doesn't feel good. Take a deep breath and choose again. Don't beat yourself up. You got this. You got this. Tell yourself, I got this. I got this. That didn't sound so convincing. Do you guys need more coffee? It's cold. Are you frozen? 1, 2, 3. I got this. Thank you. And each day express genuine appreciation to what? How many people, Carlos? 3. And there you go. Thank you so much. Start with yourself when you get up in the morning and look in the mirror into your eyes and say, I love you. You're amazing. And make it specific. I love you because you choose to show up every day, no matter what it looks like, no matter if you're cranky. I love you because you're amazing, because what you did in the past brought you to this moment in time. I'm talking about yourself in the mirror through your eyes. And then to everybody else. Thank you, neighbor, for putting your trash out so I don't have to smell dead garbage every day. Make it specific. Call your mom or a family member. Time is precious, friends. Pick up the phone or text them. I love you. Just thank you. Have a great day. When I was lying on that cold floor, in San Diego on New Year's Eve, trying to survive the consequences of my own stubbornness, Nick didn't say to me, I told you so. He just sat there with me. He handed me water and he loved me through my ridiculousness. That's grace, friends. That's the love that's already breathing through your life right now if you let it. And when you let it, you can be it, and then you can be it for others. So today, take a deep breath in to remember the power and presence of that love. Love's first breath, friends, was always right here and right now inside of you. So breathe that in. Close your eyes. I am loved. I am enough. I am loved, and I am enough. And that was always the point, and so it is. Amen.